The 1.3 billion US dollars that you've received from the IMF, is it something to be proud of that this country has had to be bailed out financially?
Who should be proud of being bailed out? Who? The bailout is circumstantial because of the situation that we inherited.
But how do you plan to pay it back?
If you have a debt service ticket of the quantum we're talking about, $19 billion, at a high cost, if you begin to now lower this package, this cost, and also replace it with a fairly priced capital, all these revenues released from debt service are going now into the revenue generation, into the economy.
You have pledged to provide free education, to reduce taxes. How sustainable is that in the long term?
Very sustainable.
How?
It's a question of, is it the right thing to do? The answer, yes, it's the right thing to do. So to reconstruct the economy, you need skills in the economy. By the way, I'm a beneficiary of the free education program.
Let's talk about corruption. You have members of the opposition that say that you are using this anti-corruption drive to persecute them. What's your response to that?
They borrowed money, put it in areas such as road construction, where it was easy to steal the money. And when the public say, we want what belongs to us, how does that become a political vindictiveness?
How would you describe your relationship with the former president, Edgar Lungu?
He put me behind bars 15 times. The expectation of the people was that I'll put him behind bars. We have defied that perception.
But a year on, one of the criticisms against your government is that you're using some of those same repressive laws to put people behind bars. What goes through your mind when you read about ordinary people being jailed for a year with hard labor for insulting you?
No, it's not insulting me, it's insulting the presidents.
But you pledged to reform some of these laws.
Yes,
what do you think about that law?
Let me answer your question. There's a law there. The first thing amongst the key things we said we'll do is to restore the rule of law. That law is one of those that we have isolated, that it has to be reformed and is going through due process. Before it is reformed, it is a law and it will apply.
In 2017, referring to SADC, you said it has a laissez-faire attitude in proactively dealing with concerns of citizens of the Southern African region. So what action do you think the regional body should be taking in some of the ongoing crises? You've heard outcries in Zimbabwe, you've heard outcries in Swaziland. What should SADC be doing?
The governance system, I think in my view, we must push democracy, entrench it.
How?
And, well, I think SADC should be able to say that you cannot assume public office by killing people through the barrel of the gun. Dictatorships, military coups. Is unacceptable. That's the underlying point I made. As an example, only as an example.